At MedStar Health, we know that taking care of your physical health starts with your emotional health. The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
We have never been accused of being flashy, fancy, or cool. I mean, seriously, we named ourselves Booking.com. It's kind of our thing. Helping you book that perfect stay. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the Economic Inclusion Conference 2022. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Coppin State University campus, not only those who are in the room, but those who are joining us virtually from wherever you are. We welcome you to the 2022 Economic Inclusion Conference experience. Before I get into some of the program, I'm going to invite some of our leadership and some of our partners up to come and greet you in their own way, and then I will return and give you more information about the program. So coming to you this morning will be Dr. Leonte Lewis, who is the Provost of Coppin State University, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, followed by Dean Sadie Gregory, Dean of the College of Business, followed by Mr. Ramsey Harris, one of our partners from PNC Bank, and then Dr. Bruce Dunhams, who is one of our sponsors and partners from Innovation Factory. They're going to come in that order.
Good morning, everyone. It is great to see you. It is great to be here with you. I am Leonte Lewis, as Dr. Williams said, and I have the distinct pleasure as a Coppin State alumna to serve as its Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. And I'm pleased to welcome you to our beautiful campus in the heart of West Baltimore. And I bring you greetings on behalf of the Division of Academic Affairs and welcome you to the 2022 Economic Inclusion Conference. This university and the work that we do, the community support that the students, faculty, staff are doing is of critical importance to this community. And I know that we may have many individuals with us virtually, but of critical importance to me as a teacher is to see the large number of students in this room on this campus on this day. And so I especially want to welcome these high schoolers to this conference. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You see, it is important that you're here because you are truly the future of our community. You are why we do what we do. You are the ones to whom we will pass the baton. So there is work for you to do, but we know that before you can do those work, we know that we have to empower you. We have to help to prepare you to do that work. So we ask that as you participate in this conference, you truly open your mind to hearing the ideas, to visualizing yourself in those capacities, to start to implement change so that we can have the innovative and economic growth that we seek. I also want to say special thanks to Dr. Gregory, Dr. Williams, and the entire College of Business team who are always seeking new ways in which to strengthen the service of the community in which this university sits. I know that they continue to bring leaders, partners to the campus, because they recognize the need to have subject matter experts and other officials supporting the initiatives that they are undertaking. And so I thank Dr. Williams and the Center for Strategic Entrepreneurship for his efforts to continue to host this conference. And I've often heard the thought that well done is better than well said. And so acting on ideas is critical. Having the ideas is not enough. You have to act on it. And so I thank you for having the foresight to see the need to consider best practices in supporting the economic growth, the economic development of our community, neighborhood, state, and nation. And this conference is much needed. It's much needed and will continue to have a positive impact on this community. And I hope the students listening to that forum on Tuesday, and if anyone else in the virtual community listening, you see that this opportunity afforded the community to hear to hear from those prospective elected officials, because they're not there as yet, on what they're going to do, what their priorities are for this community. And that was because of the plans for this week's activities. And so thank you so much, Dr. Williams, for broadening, for putting Brandon Coppin out there in the community, because of course we were all over the news, and it's because of those efforts. And so that will continue to support our community. And I want to thank our partners in who are here to support this event. Welcome you to our campus. I know you've been here before, but welcome back to Coppins campus. And it is a pleasure to have you work with us to sustain and promote this economic growth and development, to help our students to understand financial literacy, to understand their role in becoming independent economically. And so thank you for what you do. And I know that students and others, you're going to hear much great subject matter information. You're going to get practical examples. You're going to be motivated to make a difference in your own way, And so we look forward to you thinking how you can make a difference in your own way. You don't have to do what I do. You have to do what is in your heart. And so as we conclude the activities of this Economic Empowerment Week, I hope that everyone listening will leave this conference with a sense of rejuvenation, having new innovative ideas to support your plans so that you can see economic independence. I want to thank again Dr. Williams, Dr. Gregory, the entire team who support this conference, the university, the College of Business, and again, welcome to my alma mater, Coppin State University. I thank you for being here. Have a great day, stay safe, and go Eagles.
Good morning. I'm Dean Gregory from the College of Business, and I welcome all of you here today. As the provost mentioned, Dr. Ron Williams has pulled together this Economic Inclusion Conference as a part of the Center for Strategic Entrepreneurship. It's very important that we bring our community to the campus and that we are engaged within our community. And so I want to echo what the provost has said, but I want to take a few minutes to just share with you about three major pillars that we have in the College of Business. I don't know which entrance you came to the campus, but there's a major construction site. I hope you get to ride past before you leave, but that will be the new home for the College of Business. And in that new home, on the ground level, we have three major areas to serve the community. We call those our pillars. One pillar, Dr. Williams has already begun developing and has up and running and a lot of activities, and that is the Center for Strategic Entrepreneurship, preparing future entrepreneurs, not only the students on campus, but serving the community as well. A second pillar that we have in works but not fully implemented is our Community Financial Center to deal with working with financial literacy, on campus and off campus. The whole notion of helping us close that wealth gap to help us better understand how we as African American can be a part of the financial services sector where we have been so underrepresented. But the third pillar that we have, and is the reason why you're here today, we call that third pillar in our new facility, Partners in Education. We recognize and appreciate the value of having our community partners, our educators. We're reaching out to some of the local high schools, such as your schools. We want to talk to your lead business teachers, your principals. We want to build a relationship. We're also doing something quite similar with the community colleges. We'll have community college partners on campus. I think Hartford Community College will be on campus on next Tuesday in an agreement with us in building our partners. Why are we doing this? Because we think it's important for you, the students, to walk our campus grounds, to be in our buildings, to eat in our facility. We think it's important that some of us were out at Carver High School about a few weeks ago. We had Carver on campus last Friday. What are we doing? We're building relationships. We want you to be a part of Coppin. We want you to understand what it's like to walk on a college campus, to sit in the classroom, to eat in the residence hall, to be a part of our programs and activities. And we think it's equally as important that we come to your schools and do something quite similar, to participate in some of your activities. The ultimate goal is this. Ideally, we would like for you to come to Coppin, but the ultimate goal is for you to start thinking early on about the value of education and how you can continue to build your pathway to continue your education beyond high school. So that's what's really important. And we think that if we can play a role in helping you to make that transition, it would be well worth our while. And we're not doing it alone in the College of Business. We have partners. We have corporate partners. We have entrepreneurs from our community. We have alums who've come back. We have putting together a pretty good team to help make this connection, to help create these opportunities for our students, meaning you and students like you who will in fact continue your education beyond high school. So again, I want to start by thanking Dr. Williams. Ms. Tate is always in the background, but a key player with making this happen. She's silent in terms of not being out front, but Ms. Tate, we'd like to thank you as well, because we know that a lot of the work toward making this happen is because of your contribution and working with the College of Business team. And so again, I would like to thank all of you for being here, for participating, and feel free to reach out to us at any time if there are additional questions that you don't have answered today. So again, Dr. Williams, I thank you. And I thank all of you for being a part of this important program. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh, come on. Let's say that again. Let's get the blood flowing. Good morning, everybody. It is great to be back at Coppin State University. We love Coppin at PNC, and so to Dr. Williams and Dr. Gregory and Ms. Clarice and the entire staff at the School of Business, we just want to congratulate you on putting on what we know will be another successful economic inclusion conference here at Coppin. Excuse me. And we are just delighted to continue to partner with you in that regard, because we recognize the important role that financial institutions play in ensuring that communities have access to resources and tools and the strength that comes with a financial institution by way of access to capital and technical assistance and all the things that are required to ensure that entrepreneurs and communities have equal access to building generational wealth. We are committed at PNC to bridging the racial wealth gap, and we take pride in the way that we show up to strengthen and serve our communities. We're committed to doing so, and our partnership with Coppin State is yet just another example of that commitment. I'm Ramsey Harris. I am Senior Vice President and Market Manager for our Community and Economic Development Banking Department here at PNC, headquartered in Baltimore, but we serve the entire state of Maryland, parts of Lower Delaware, and parts of the Eastern Shore of Virginia. And in this role, my job is to lead our team in ensuring that we are doing our part as one of the top largest banks in this city, the top 10 largest banks in the city, the 5th largest bank in the nation, to again ensure that this generation and generations to come are included at the table. We know historically that our patriarchs and our ancestors were intentionally excluded, but at PNC, myself and my team, our regional president, Laura Gamble, and our colleagues, we are committed to ensuring that our communities going forward, particularly here in the city of Baltimore, are included at the table to have equal access to all of the resources that are available at this very critical juncture in the history of our city and our nation. That's why we show up to events like this. That's why we plant branches in inner city communities. That's why we hire top Black and brown talent. I am a testament and a beneficiary of PNC's commitment to ensuring that the leadership at the top of the ranks at the bank reflects the communities that we serve. And I'm looking at some of these beautiful young faces out here, and I know that there's some future banking leaders in the room this morning. So I'm looking forward to one day sharing, this platform with you, and maybe even somebody here, if the Lord blesses me to live long enough, might become my boss one day. So that's what it's all about. I won't be before you long, but I just want to say again, it's a pleasure for us to partner with Coppin, to continue this robust relationship that we've cultivated over some 8 years ago, I believe. We're going to continue to support Coppin. I'll tell you that we have built and cultivated and continue to expand banking relationships and corporate banking partnerships and university banking alliances with all of the HBCUs in the state of Maryland, Morgan State University, Bowie State, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. But don't tell anybody I said this now, and I know y'all recording this, but I must say that Coppin State certainly is our favorite HBCU. And so again, we wish you a great economic inclusion conference this week. And I'll leave you with this. PNC is additionally committed to joining Coppin in raising up a generation of eagles, because we recognize that eagles always rise to the top. And so in spite of the challenges and the trials and the tribulations that we've faced generations before us, I believe that this generation of eagles that we're raising up and the generations to come are going to soar to the highest ranks and the upper echelons of human achievement, because ultimately the sky's the limit for an eagle. An eagle has no other option but to soar to the top. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at the top. Thank you again. God bless you.
Good morning. All right, one more time. Good morning. All right, so I'm Dr. Bruce Dunhams. I'm the founder of the Innovations Factory. For those of you that don't know what the Innovations Factory is, we're an ed tech platform that delivers entrepreneurship training to Gen Zers, primarily focused on the BIPOC community. And as an entrepreneur, one of the things that I have to do constantly is remind myself why I am sponsoring an organization or an event, why I'm a part of it, because time is so valuable. And the one thing that I thought about last night was that every educational institution, has one primary focus, and that's to prepare their learners to be participants in the economy. However, what I will say about Coppin State University, the College of Business, and now the Center for Strategic Entrepreneurship, is that they are perfectly aligned to not only prepare their learners to be participants in the economy, but to be leaders and drivers within the economy. And that perfectly aligns to our goal and our mission. And that's why we continue to partner and have this relationship. And I'm so excited, I'm so proud and honored to be a part of this economic inclusion conference. So what I would like to do is just ask, in this audience, who is committed to taking the information absorbed here and sharing it with just one other person so that you and that person can become leaders and driver in the economy? Come on, who's willing to do that? Just one other person. So after today, if you could just share the information that you get here today with just one other person, then both of you guys will be on the path to being leaders in this economy. And based on the number of hands raised, I think we're going in the right direction. If there's anything we can do, please feel free to ask me questions. But other than that, I just want to thank you all for coming, and be blessed. All right, thank you.
Let's give all of them a big hand, if you would. We thank the leadership at Coppin because they've been supportive of our efforts to do what we do. And that is, as was stated, to make sure that we prepare those who are in our space to be full participants in the economy and to make a contribution, but also to be leaders. So I'm going to lay out what's going to happen today. And remember, we're operating in two environments. We're here in person. Our students are here, and I want to thank the leadership at Baltimore City Public Schools. We're glad to have Carver High School with us, Edmondson High School with us, and Merville High School with us this morning. So I want to welcome you and thank you for coming. We're operating on two tracks. So I will first let you know what's happening in the virtual world, because as you are here today, getting information, learning, touring the campus, if you've not been on Coppin's campus, it's a beautiful facility. The physical education complex, the science and technology building, the health and human services building. You're in the talent center now. It's a gorgeous campus. It's an oasis where people learn and prepare themselves to fly high, as our PNC partners explain, to fly high as eagles do. This is where it happens. But in the virtual world today, we are going to have as our keynote speaker Jamie McDonald, who is the CEO of Upsurge. If you have not heard about Upsurge, Upsurge is seeking to establish and to position the next couple of decades in terms of economic advancement here in Coppin from a technology standpoint. Upsurge will be successful at their mission, which is to make Baltimore the first Equitech city in the country. There are Equitech cities around the world. You say, well, what is that? That is where the economy is driven by the technological advancements that are happening, but it's done in an equitable way. That means that people from all backgrounds are able to be full participants in the technologically driven economy. That's what Upsurge is all about. She is our keynote speaker in the virtual space, as well as Jamie, and we have three tracks. One is economic development, another is education, the other is social and community engagement. The conference will proceed on those three tracks. In the economic development track, we have one of our own, Hope Mims, who is the owner, CEO of Mims Realty Group. She is a College of Business alum. She graduated from Coppin. Now she is the leader of Mims Realty Group, and she's here today. I'm sure she'll introduce herself to you, but has a session that she's going to lead. Our partners from SBDC are going to have a session. There's another session led by members of the Century Foundation. The Century Foundation is a large think tank located in Washington and New York. They are collaborators with another organization called the Urban Manufacturing Alliance. These are national groups that have national influence and national import. They're going to be talking about the manufacturing sector and industry and inclusion. Coppin State University was a part of Industry and Inclusion 1.0, which was an 18-month study about workforce development and being inclusive in the manufacturing space. Well, Industry and Inclusion 2.0 is going on right now, so they're going to be sharing information about that. We have Michael Rosenband. Some of you know him. He has been embedded over in the Carver area, and doing work over there through his Requity organization. He has a session. We have Coppin faculty who are sharing about doing research across disciplines. And I want to thank Dr. Mona Calhoun, Dr. Elgin Clue, and Dr. Michelle Richardson for being on that panel. We also have in the virtual space today sessions that are on social and community engagement. There are a couple of organizations on the national level. One of them happens to be the Nation of Makers. Makerspace, they're in the Makerspace movement. They'll be sharing today. Dr. Dorothy Jones Davis, who is their executive director, and Colin Lacey, who is the co-founder, and Stephanie Santoso, who is the co-founder of Maker USA. So you can see that we have a wide array of activities that's happening in the virtual space. I can't leave this out. We're being closed today by Dr. Tamira Lucas. Dr. Tamira Lucas is also a College of Business alum. She is known as the business doctor. She is a dynamo when it comes to entrepreneurship and doing things in that space. What we want you to do today as you go through your sessions, and we'll be led by our partners in sessions. We'll have a panel discussion where you will be exposed to business leaders and community leaders, and they'll be talking about opportunities. What I want you to do is to see yourself. Don't just take the information, but see yourself in that space. Not doing exactly what they do, but as Dr. Lewis said, doing what your heart leads you to do. What is it in you that you want to do? Well, who do you want to become? Who do you see that you can glean from and get information from that's going to help you get where you want to go? We all sat where you sit right now. We all have all been there. So make sure that you're looking forward, that you're seeing yourself, that you're getting something that's going to help you along the way. It's available for you. All you have to do is get it. So we're going to get started in the virtual space now. We're going to get started in the live space now and share information with you. And I think we're ready to proceed. We're ready to proceed. Okay, give yourselves a big hand as we get our virtual space set up.